First metatarsal phalange joint.
Can you put your toe downwards? It's right in here.
First metatarsal bone.
That runs right here.
First cuneiform bone.
That is the big right there, so that would be right here.
Navicular bone.
That is right here.
Talar head.
That is right in here.
Calcaneus.
That's the heel bone, so that's back here.
Sus tentaculum tali.
That is a little shelf, which is right in here.
Spring ligament.
That attaches from the navicular to the sus tentaculum tali.
Tibialis posterior tendon.
That runs down and connects to the navicular.
Flexor digitorum longus tendon.
They run down here and connect to toes 2 through 5.
Flexor hallucis longus tendon.
That runs down here and attaches to the first toe.
Medial calcaneal tubercle.
That is right down in here.
Plantar fascia.
That runs from this tubercle up. Can I have you extend your toe upwards? That runs right here.
Sesamoid bones.
That is in the first toe right here.
Fifth metatarsal bone.
That is right in here.
Cuboid bone.
That would be right in here.
Peroneal tubercle.
It's on the lateral side. Can I have you foot? It's right in here.
Peroneus brevis tendon.
That runs down here and attaches to the base of the fifth metatarsal.
Peroneus longus tendon.
That runs down here and attaches to the first cuneiform.
Cuneiform bones 2 through 3.
2 is right here and 3 is right here.
Dome of talus.
Can I have you no, dorsal plantar flex. That'd be right here.
Sinus tarsi.
That's a little groove. That would be right there.
Extensor digitorum brevis.
Those come right down here and attach to toes 2, 3, and 4.
Tibialis anterior tendon.
That would be, it'd be right in here.
Extensor hallucis longus tendon.
Extensor hallucis longus runs down here and attaches to the big toe.
Extensor digitorum longus.
Runs down here and attaches to toes 2 through 5.
Peroneal tertius. Peroneus tertius.
Comes down here and attaches to the shaft of the fifth metatarsal.
That's all for palpations.
Okay, now I'm going to go on to active range of motion. So for flexion, I will have the patient put their big toe down like they're pressing on a gas pedal, and for extension come up towards the foot, and then I will do that with the other digits. I will have them press down on the gas pedal for flexion and bring them up towards them for extension. Now that we've done this, I can move on to goniometry. So I will have them press down for flexion really quickly so I can get the joint line. So there we go. Now I have the patient be in a neutral position. Now I'll have them flex downwards as far as I can go. Okay. So that is slightly under the range at 25. It should be between 35 and 45. So I'm going to do the same thing for extension. So I'll have the patient press down and up. Find the joint line. So neutral position again. And can I have you bring your toe back up towards you for extension, which this is around 70 degrees, which the range for that is 75 to 85, and I would compare bilaterally. Now I'm going to do some passive range of motion. So I'm going to grab below the joint line, and I'm going to bring the toe up towards me for extension and down towards the floor for flexion. And I will do that for the rest of the metatarsals as well. Flexion, or extension upwards and flexion downwards. And I should have a firm end feel on all of these, and I should compare bilaterally. Now I'm going to do manual muscle testing. So I'm going to hold the first metatarsal, and I'm going to have you push up towards me. Okay, for extension, that would be a 5 out of 5. And I'm going to have you, oh shoot, I'll do flexion. Can I have you push down for flexion? That would be a firm, 5 out of 5 end feel. So I'm going to have you bring up towards me for extension, which that would be 5 out of 5, and push down for flexion. That would also be a 5 out of 5, and I would compare that bilaterally. Now I'm going to do valgus stress test. So I'll hold the joint line. I will move laterally to test the MCL. If there is pain or laxity with that, that could indicate an MCL sprain. And now we're going to do varus. So I will move medially to test the LCL. And if there is pain or laxity with that, that could indicate an LCL sprain. Now I'm going to move on to the intermetatarsal glide test. So I will hold the digits and I'm going to move them, the metatarsals, up and down, one going up, one going down. Do this for all of them. And if there is pain or laxity with that, that could indicate interosseous membrane problems. Now I'm going to do the mid-tarsal glide test, so I will be moving one metatarsal at a time. And if there is increased glide with that, that could indicate laxity. If there's decreased glide with that, that could indicate joint adhesions. Now I will do the mid-tarsal glide test, which I will be moving the tarsal bones. And if there is increased glide with that, that could indicate laxity. If there's decreased glide with that, that could indicate joint adhesions. And now I'm going to do some more special tests. Yeah, I will do Tinel's test. So I will be tapping along the posterior tibial nerve. And if there is numbness or tingling with that, that could indicate problems with the posterior nerve, like an entrapment or tarsal tunnel syndrome. Now we'll be doing bone compression test, so I will be compressing the two bones together. And if there is pain with any of this, that can indicate a metatarsal fracture. And I would also compare bilaterally to see how things end up. And the last special test I would be doing would be interdigital neuroma test. So I would be pinching the two metatarsal heads together for 1 to 2 minutes. And if there's pain with that, that could indicate a neuroma. And the most common type of neuroma is Morton's neuroma, which happens around the 3rd and 4th toes. Now I will be doing the navicular drop test. So I'll have my patient sit in a chair with their feet on the ground. And I will find the navicular bone, which is right in here. And now I will indicate this paper where it is. Now I'll have the patient stand up to be full weight bearing. And for the sake of this, I'm not going to measure it, but if it is greater than 10 millimeters of a difference, that would indicate hyperpronation of the foot. The last things I will be doing are the myotomes and dermatomes. So with this, I will be doing first the L4 nerve root. So the dermatome would be the great toe. So I would ask them if it is sharp or dull with their eyes closed, sharp or dull, and they tell me the response. If there was problems with that, that could indicate problems with the nerve root. And then the myotome for that is ankle dorsiflexion, so I'd have them bring their heel up towards them. If there's problems with that, that could also indicate a problem. The next one is L5, which is the web space between the first and second toe. So I would have them do the same thing. I would ask them if it is sharp or dull with their eyes closed. And if there's problems with that, then that could indicate nerve problems. And the myotome for that is great toe extension, so I'd have them bring their toe up towards them. And if there's problems with that, that could indicate a nerve issue. Next one is S1 nerve root. So for the dermatome for that, it would be over on the peroneal region. So I'd have them, if that was sharp or dull, with their eyes closed, if there's problems with that, it could indicate a nerve problem. The S1 myotome is ankle plantar flexion, so that would be them pressing down on the gas pedal towards the floor. And the last one is the S2 nerve root. The dermatome for that is on their plantar heel. So I'd ask them if this was sharp or dull with their eyes closed, and they tell me if there's problems with that. Could indicate a nerve problem. And then the myotome for that one would be knee flexion. So I'd have them flex their knee as far up as they could. If there's problems with that, that could indicate a nerve problem. And the last thing that we have is the, oh shoot, no, not the last thing. We have the dorsal pedal pulse, which is right up in here. So it is in between the first and second toe. Okay. Feel it. The second one is the tibialis nerve, posterior tibialis nerve, which right up in here. And lastly, I have the reflexes. So the first one I will be doing is the quadriceps reflex. So I have the patient go to the end of the table and relax their leg. And I will, which there went a little bit, if there is a problem with that. Bilaterally, if they both don't fire, it could indicate an upper motor neuron lesion. And if it is only unilaterally, it could indicate a lower motor neuron lesion. And if it is positive, it has to do with the L4 nerve root. The last one is the Achilles tendon reflex. So I'll have them relax their foot and get there. Just a little bit movement. Oh, that's But if there is problems bilaterally, it could indicate an upper motor neuron lesion. And if there's problems unilaterally, it could indicate a lower motor neuron lesion. And if it is positive, it tests for the S1 nerve root.